In our first story, managers of Delta Agro Company have temporarily closed down their office at Tema, a heavy industrial area, as forensic experts try to gather evidence from the vehicle of the deceased. The decision, according to managers, has become necessary after armed men killed the cashier of the company and bolted with 200,000 Ghana cedis, which was to be used to pay the salaries of workers. The administrative manager of Delta Agro, Seth Kako Ampoma, says the staff is still traumatized and cannot continue to work in such an environment. He spoke to Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba, who returned to the crime scene this morning.
The vehicle where the Lebanese was actually shot dead. They've been here for the past 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it looks like they've retrieved some of the bullets right about now, and that, I'm thinking, is in the rubber that they are holding. But right about now, they are still continuing with their checks. One of the officers you can see with a camera taking pictures of the vehicle, and if you look inside the vehicle also, there are still some blood stains on the upholstery of the vehicle. Part of the screen also is also cracked. You can still see the bullet holes on the Toyota Corolla vehicle that the deceased was actually using before the incident happened. But I have with me here the administrative manager of the Delta Agro Company. Your full name?
Seth Kako Ampoma.
Seth Kako Ampoma, you're the administrative manager.
That's right.
Okay. So we understand that work is temporarily on hold right now. You're waiting for some time before you commence business.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we resume on Monday.
Okay. Why has it become necessary to do that?
The trauma, which the workers and management has gone through, we felt it's better to suspend the activities until at least we ease off a little by Monday.
We know some of your workers also were looking forward to their salaries, but we understand that the robbers bolted with a 200,000 Ghana cedis. As an administrative manager, I know this is a difficult time for you. What explanations have been given to your workers? Have they been paid?
No, they've not been paid, but they've all understood the situation, and we've written to tell them that they should bear with us until Monday, when we will arrange to get them their salaries. So definitely their salaries will be paid on Monday. Yeah.
There are some who are also raising concerns. They are saying that why couldn't the workers, they are suggesting that the workers could have been paid electronically via mobile money or via the accounts. Any response as the administrative manager?
Yeah, gentlemen, this issue has been with us for as long as I've been here, and I'm a founding member of the company. We've tried to convince management that workers should be paid electronically. In fact, the last 2 months thereabout, we nearly completed the arrangements for that, and then it was stalled. So I don't really know, but immediately after the incident, the management decided that henceforth all salaries should be paid electronically.
We stay with the issue of armed robberies, and meanwhile, another robbery case has been recorded as the Kaneshie industrial area this morning. A man believed to be in his 50s was robbed of his 9,000 Ghana cedis when two men sitting on a motorbike accosted him in front of the Merchants Bank on that stretch and bolted. Let's go onto the phone lines now and speak with an eyewitness for more. And for security reasons, we choose to call her Amma. Good afternoon, Amma. Tell us, when did this latest incident happen?
Good afternoon. It happened at an industrial area where the other day they snatched the robbers snatched the car. That's last 3 days. Yeah, that's where this happened. Not industrial area.
So at what time did it happen?
9:30 a.m. Like 9 to 9:30 a.m. this morning.
Okay, now what exactly was the victim doing at the time?
He went to the bank, that's UMB Bank, to cash his money. So when he got out from the bank, at the roadside, the motorbike, there were two motorbikes with two people on it, so making 4 people. They just came to 10 and they snatched the man's money with a phone inside the park. That's Robbery, yes.
Were they armed?
No, they were not armed.
Describe these attackers to us.
Pardon me?
Describe the attackers to us.
Okay. They were coming from Dekupla. The robbers were coming from Dekupla. So they just came and they passed by the man and they turned because the man was other side, and they were coming from different sides. So they came, they turned and they snatched the money from the other side. That's how. And they got away with the money. They went away. And the man was standing there like, it was shocked. So he couldn't know what to do. He was just standing there like that.
Did you notice anything noticeable about these attackers, these robbers? Did you see anything about them that you remember?
No. It was so fast, so we couldn't see anything.
Were they wearing face masks or bandanas?
No. They were not wearing anything like that.
So their faces were not covered?
No, their faces were not covered.
Were they wearing anything to obscure their identity, like hoods or caps or something like that?
No, they were gentle like that.
Do you know what the victim does and how come he was carrying this amount of money?
We don't know the victim. He just came to carry the money, so we don't know him. We don't know him. But when they to ask him what happened, he said they have taken the money, 9,000 Ghana from him.
And he didn't say...
The man is old, like 60 to 70 years.
And he didn't say what he was doing the money with or what...
No, he didn't tell us anything. He didn't tell us anything at all.
So how about yourself? What do you do in the area and how do you feel about these attacks?
Okay, my mom sells here, so I do come here every blessed day. Unless it's Saturday and Sunday. So we are here Monday to Friday. So anything that happens here, we know everything.
And this is the second attack in about 3 days. How do you feel about it?
Last week was 2 and this week 1. Like last week, they took somebody's money, 40,000. That's Wednesday. Last week, Wednesday, 4,000. The following day, Thursday, they took 2,000 Ghana.
So that was two thefts last week?
Yes, 2 thefts last week.
And so this makes it the 4th because there have been 2 robberies this week.
The last 3 days, one plus this one, so it is the 4th time.
How does it feel living in the area?
This place is very, very scary. At least if you have policemen over here, I think these things will come down or something. There's no police. There is no police. Even the policeman who is there, he couldn't do anything. He was just standing there looking at them. He couldn't do anything. He was just standing there looking at the rubbish. How? So we are scared.
Which policeman are you referring to? Amma, which policeman are you referring to?
The man at the bank. The policeman at the bank. And they have police there. They have one police there. He's outside.
Well, thank you very much, Amma, for joining us and giving us these details. Amma is an eyewitness of that robbery that occurred in industrial area, Accra. So far away in Obuasi, Joy News is also gathering another man has been shot dead by armed men. We'll bring you details of that later. Moving away from crime and robbery, for years, infrastructural deficits continues to negatively affect basic education in Ghana. Potichekope DA Basic School in the Adan West District here in the Greater Accra region is one of the many schools relying on churches for classroom space. The school lacks furniture, toilet facilities, and very essential teaching and learning materials. Correspondent Kwame Yanka has the rest of the story.
The passion to climb to the topmost level of the academic ladder is strong in the voices of children here at Potichekope DA Basic School. Yet, this desire seems to be almost fizzling out on a daily basis, owing to the several challenges, including near-death situations. Kindergarten 1 and 2 are currently housed in the Church of Jesus building after a previous one in which they were studying collapsed over a year ago. Joseph Alimo is the headmaster of the school.
The committee to the PTA came together to try to put up a pavilion, which we have started last year. Luckily, the district assembly has come to our aid through the DCE, which is about nearing completion. So at the moment, we have Form 1 in another church building, KG 1 and 2 in another church building, P1 to P5 in the original Cajun facility, then P6, Form 2, and Form 3 in the pavilion that the committee is putting up.
It is an everyday cry and appeal to the Education Ministry, Ghana Education Service, and other relevant authorities and philanthropists to come to their aid. According to the headmaster, Joseph Alimo, both teachers and pupils have to resort to open defecation because the school does not have a toilet facility.
We don't also have toilet facilities like the toilet and any other thing that comes with it. Last 2 years, we had a fundraising forum where we were trying to raise funds to put up something by our own self. Luckily, Minister of Health heard or saw the clip and they came to our rescue. Unfortunately, the contractor is yet to complete the project since then, 2 years ago.
The Ada West District Chief Executive, Ajote Lawe Akrofi, says his outfit is aware of the problem.
So what I'm doing now is that I'm taking steps to get all the Get Fund projects which have been stalled so that we could go back to Get Fund to get them to continue the project.
Until that time, when other school projects under Get Fund are completed, these children's hope of getting the desired quality education may not be realized under the current circumstance. Kwame Yankee's report for Joy News.
Now let's stay with education because government has plans to run a free technical and vocational system which will be implemented alongside the free senior high school program. The objective is to improve on the country's human capital, promote innovation, create new job opportunities, as well as generate income and sustain development. Minister of State in charge of tertiary education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, made the revelation at the second graduation ceremony of Sunyani Technical University.
Professor Kwesi Yanka believes it is the content of education that eventually makes the difference. It is the reason government is not just offering a free senior high school education, but further offering to improve technical and vocational training alongside. He said the strategy is to expand technical and vocational opportunities at both secondary and tertiary levels, thereby strengthening the linkages between education and industry.
The government's agenda transformed TVET. It also meant to raise the value of technical and vocational education. Turn out talented young men and women who will apply technical and vocational skills, meeting the needs of industry and technology, while others have the opportunity to enter or enroll in technical universities.
Chairman of the Sunyani Technical University Council, Dr. Kwame Ajiman-Boachi, noted that the council, since its inauguration, has been working hard within the framework of the Technical University Act 2016 to realize its objectives.
The technical universities must be appropriately resourced and supported. We cannot bring to this undertaking our usual one-size-fits-all and tendency for leveling.
Acting Vice Chancellor of the Sunyani Technical University, Professor Kojo Edinkra-Pia, appealed to the National Council for Tertiary Education to clear the university to enable the National Accreditation Board accredit a 4-year Bachelor of Technology program to be offered. He also wants government to give the green light for the recruitment of more qualified staff and faculty members.
Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, to protect the interests of technical university education in this country by safeguarding the Technical Universities Act 2016, Act 922. This will help reduce the erroneous impression that some people have about technical education as being a reserve for academically poor students.
A 21-year-old female graduate, Lindsay Bruni, spoke to Joy News after emerging the best female student.
I think it was determination to give my best, everything I do, and also with the grace of God.
In all, 1,000 605 students were presented with certificates for having successfully completed their various programs of study in the 2016-2017 academic year. Nesta Kafia-Jumes reports for Joy News.
Let's move away from education and talk about technology. Have you ever thought of the quality of air you breathe besides the occasional foul smell? Well, we know of a tech solution just for that purpose, and it's made by a Ghanaian. The air pollution sensor detects and issues warnings about harmful gases in the atmosphere in real time. This is an innovation which could have prevented the numerous gas explosions recorded in the country. Gifty Andwapia has the rest of the story for Tech Thursday.
An explosion that shook the country and shocked the world. The depressingly familiar sight of 7th October 2017, 7 souls perished, 132 people were critically injured, and government searched for solutions. A statement released the next day said the country ought to, quote, deploy technology to ensure the use of gas and safety of our citizens, unquote. That explosion was actually preceded by 7 others recorded in the country since 2014.
Can sense several chemicals in the
A lecturer at the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Dr. Mark Amobwating, has built an air pollution sensor that detects harmful gases in the atmosphere.
So like CH4, carbon dioxide, ozone and other stuff. And the idea was to build this so that we can put in rooms, in factories, also at filling stations and other stuff, so we could be measuring real-time values of what is there. There are some gases we cannot sense them early enough. We cannot know what's happening. So this is meant to be reading and monitoring the results in real time.
Not that it's a new invention, but there is none for purchase here in Ghana. Air pollution sensors usually cost between $500 to $1,000. Yet, this one manufactured by Dr. Amobwating could cost you less. The device has an inbuilt alarm and set threshold system.
And once those thresholds are reached, an alarm could be sounded to give a warning that probably the air is not good, you should get away, or probably a gas is leaking, so you need to get away or take safety measures.
Apart from the sensors, everything else was locally procured. The Minister for Science, Technology and Innovations, Dr. Frimpong Boateng, has requested for the device to be tested by experts at the ministry.
He actually asked us to get some of this so that they could use it in his office. And also in Parliament and the Cabinet. We want to miniaturize it, then we could get it around.
With this national commitment, one can hope it's only a matter of time that this tech solution becomes available on the Ghanaian market and hopefully for exports.
If you look at, like I was saying, the filling stations, that's more important. If you get it in your kitchen, it will help. Also factories, most factory workers, they work in an enclosed space. That can also help us know. And also along dam sites and construction sites, particularly road construction, have lots of dust and particulate matter in the air. And we don't know how much, so we don't know how they are impacting the lives of people who live close by.
Gifty Andwapia, Joy News, Sunyang in the Bunahafu region.
Still watching Joy News today with me, Daniel Dazi. Stories gone by so far include a Delta Agro company closes down a day after armed men killed the company's cashier and bolted with 200,000 Ghana cedis. And still up ahead, woodworkers as the Sokoban Wood Village accuse personnel of Timber Industrial Development Division of extortion. And we bring that feature where women with big boobs share the pain behind the beauty others crave for. Thanks for staying with us. Now, woodworkers at Sokoban Wood Village in Kumasi are accusing personnel of the Timber Industry Development Division of the Forestry Commission of extortion. They say officials are in the habit of casting doubt over the authenticity of documents covering lumber in transit in order to seize the equipment and the consignment without justification.
We are pleading with authorities that they should change their minds because we are also Ghanaians. This is the document they always ask us to procure to be able to facilitate transportation of lumber. This document should be able to take us everywhere across the country. If they do not stop seizing our goods, we will stop paying taxes and we will also destroy the toll booths. Why? We will not agree.
About 35 vehicles load lumber here every day, creating over 10,000 jobs for both artisans and ancillary services. But the situation may change.
This is because transporting legally sawn lumber from sawmills to domestic market is being challenged. For cost effectiveness, efficiency, and custom focus, the Timber Export Development Board and the Forest Product Inspection Bureau were merged in 2002 into the Timber Industry Development Division, TIDD. The function of the TIDD is to provide specialized services in promoting efficiency in product quality assurance and value addition in the timber industry and trade consistent with best environmental practices. All prospective buyers of timber and wood product are required to officially register with TIDD by completing the Form B119 for processing and issuance of buyer's registration certificate.
Now, away from that, stigma adds to the woes of people who suffer one form of social disadvantage or the other. Some parents and other relatives of children born with certain forms of disability may even want to keep them out of sight of neighbors, whether tied to an object or caged, as happens in some instances. Education for such children becomes an illusion. Joy News' Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin tells the story of an 8-year-old girl who is suffering from autism and her parents are struggling to give her relief.
Farida is unable to walk at age 8. Doctors and other medical professionals have tried unsuccessful to get her to use her lips. The treatment cost is getting too expensive to her parents and maternal grandmother Adiza Isa, in whose care Farida is.
As you can see, she can't walk. Am I not suffering? I'm really suffering, but I know if we live long and there's a cure, she'll be able to walk.
Farida should have started school long ago. Attending public primary school was, however, not an option. She would get little or no support due to her condition, which will also distract other children. Limited disability services are available in Ghana. Children like Farida are being left behind because many schools would not accept them.
She will lie on the floor for long. She also sits on the chair, and when she becomes tired, I put her on the floor.
So what is her fate?
About 5 years ago, Jalila and her brother established this special school for the disabled. Their mission is to provide an opportunity for disabled children like Farida to go to school.
Today, the 8-year-old is in the company of other disabled children, at least 10 of them. Going to school for many of these children was not an option. Many people think they are hopeless and cannot make meaningful contribution to society. Jalila Isa is the manageress here.
I'm called Madam Jalila Isa. I'm the headmistress of this School. Everybody wants to open school with regular children. But it touches our hearts to help those children with intellectual disabilities. Because you've seen they have been neglected in various homes and they have been a burden on their parents.
Myth and suspicion about the causes of disability persist. Neighbors blame them on bad spirit.
Some people believe she is a spirit. Sometimes I wake up in the night just to observe her, but nothing shows she is one.
Now, before we break for business, a woman with reasonably sized breasts or boobs often tend to get favors from men than that ordinarily they wouldn't. Indeed, some women who aren't so endowed in the bust region go to great lengths to get a bit more. It however turns out, though they could be great assets, some women can't seem to handle the weight very well, especially those with breasts from the D-cup range. Joy News' Ama Krampa, a reasonably endowed woman herself, has been exploring the merits and demerits of having large boobs. In this report she titles, "The Pain Behind the Beauty."
There's a certain splendor that comes with big boobs, like having a majestic mountain range on your chest. It is almost true that women with big breasts flaunt it like a badge of honor, the mightiest symbols of womanhood, capable of both nurturing offsprings and driving a man mad with lust. But having big breasts has its own challenges. These boobs make a statement to the world. There goes a woman. Such women like Becky, as I have named her in this report, love the endless attention and attraction they get from men and their fellow women.
Growing up, I mean, when somewhere around 18, 17, when it came out like that, I was so happy. And I wouldn't mind if it keeps growing bigger. I wouldn't mind at all.
Large pair of breasts, like some giant pillows attached to her chest. They are certainly one of Becky's treasured possessions. But she finds it tough finding clothes that are both trendy and capable of containing the bold and bouncing parties on her chest.
I mean, going home and taking your bra off is always that sweet relief moment. You know, you go like, oh, sweet heavens, you take it off, you allow the tatters to be free. But then I think the only part I've dreaded having big boobs is when I see ladies in all those tubeless tops and what do you have it? I yearn to wear these clothing, but not with this weight.
When shopping for brassiere for a G-cup breast size, you are literally buying a piece of fabric with straps that can hold a net weight of 3 kilograms. Now that can be difficult to find sometimes.
And it's very important to wear the right size bra. Not wearing the right size bra and going for ill-fitting bra might give you so many problems, health related and physical related. There's weight in the breast, so you need to really support them very well to keep them healthy and to get comfortable.
Having bigger breasts can be a blessing and a curse. As fun as boobs are for filling out certain clothes, there's an abundance of problems. Ivy has seen both ends. As a young girl, her dreams of wanting to be a supermodel were shattered because her boobs were a little too big for her size.
There was one model agency at Osu I tried some time ago. When I went there, the leaders were like, are you here to work or you are here to model? And I told them that I'm here to model. And the man looked at me and laughed. And I said, oh, it's not funny. I'm serious. I'm here to model. And the man looked at me and said, you can't model with this breast. I didn't give up. And I tried like 3 places. That's the same story they told me. At that point in time, I was very sad.
Bigger breasts always guarantee the most soothing embrace, a certain empowering warmth, which could be unforgettable. But as Ivy's breast grew bigger with age, her fondness for her chesty asset also grew. Her cleavage has opened doors which her high school certificate couldn't.
I have a lot of friends who sometimes jealous of my, even sometimes when I remove myself, they'll be like, oh, Ivy, I wish to have your breasts. My breasts have opened a certain doors for me that sometimes I can't even believe myself. So I love the way I am, and I love my breasts so much.
The question is, why do some women have such big breasts when others can only hope for a little more weight on their chest? Dr. Opoku Ampoma is a plastic surgeon at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital here in Accra.
Breast weight is a factor of the consistency because some breasts are full of fat, and fat generally is a bit lighter. Some breasts are very glandular, and so actually feel very heavy. So although they may have the same volume, the weight will be different. Okay, and so there's women with big breasts who are okay. Some women with big breasts that they have a lot of back pain.
With medical advancements, there are boundless opportunities for women to have their desired cup size and shape from the use of breast enlargement creams, implants, and several others.
We get more and more women coming in to express interest in having breast augmentation. As breast implants, if you get the good quality ones, are very, very safe. In fact, if I gave you a breast implant now and I gave you the whole day to try and smash it to your face, you won't be able to do that.
Public perception about boobs varies, just as the many different sizes and types of breasts we see.
Yeah, big breasts, if you see the one with the fair color, yeah, at least it will attract you more. When the lady get time to put some oil on the breast, oh, it's very, very, really fine.
Sometimes when I'm even bored, when my woman open the breast, give me everything come out. So I'm happy for having a woman who has a big breast.
I don't like bigger breasts, and when I see it on other ladies, I feel it's too heavy and there will be kind of heat around. Someone like me, I'm okay with this one.
I like big breasts because if she came to me, if we sleep, I have to put my hand on the breast before sleeping. Sometimes I use the breast like my pillow.
Bigger breasts may look stunning and eye-catching, but the bra cuts and the pain in the back when the bra straps are opened and the boobs drop sometimes make these endowed women wish they could shed off some weight. For Joy News, I'm Akramba.
Definitely another story to all that we see out there. But it's now time for business with Emmanuel Abajirafi.